this day 8 on the 2020 TooFatLardies Advent Calendar. Here we go again with another encounter with Big Richard Clark, and today we're going to be asking Richard what would be his best historic location to wargame in.
Another magic wand issue, right, good. Okay, well, funnily enough, we were hoping to have and planning to have a Lardy Games Day in Arnhem just last month at the Rhine Hotel, actually, which is a real historic location. I was there during the Battle for Arnhem and was right in the heart of where the action was going on. And really looking to game a whole host of Arnhem-related actions there, as well as other Lardy games. That obviously would have been spectacular, and I do hope that when things settle down, it's something we're going to be able to do again, because that was going to combine the battlefield walk with the actual gaming. So it was going to be great to be able to walk that battlefield again, because there's a few points that obviously... there's always something extra you find, no matter how many times you go to a battlefield. Often it ends up asking as many questions as it answers. I've always thought, actually, that historical wargaming would be an excellent accompaniment to battlefield walking generally. Walk the battlefield in the day, play the game in the evening. However, I am realistic enough to know that by the time you've had a day in the fresh air and consumed a decent dinner with a few beers or a glass of Vino Colapso, the chances of a game happening after that are slim. But wouldn't it be great to go for a weekend to a historic location, spend a day walking the battlefield, have a smashing dinner, talking about what you've seen, and then the next day refight that battle or aspects of it? One of the best venues I've ever been to, actually, was when I was out battlefield walking in the Czech Republic, and that was at the Hotel Jičín, which in German, Gitchin, was a famous battle there in 1866. The dining room there is packed with memorabilia from the War of 1866. You've got flags, you've got uniforms, you've got weapons. Really great. And it has the advantage of using the Czech krona and not the euro, so the prices haven't suffered the inflation that other countries in the EU have when they adopted the euro. And that makes it incredibly reasonable. Last time I was there, I think, dinner and beer for a whole evening was about £5 each. It was just great location and great value, and that would be fantastic if we were doing something obviously from 1866. But I think my choice, and let's face it, we could all think of hundreds of places where we'd like to go, but I think my real choice would be the Manoir Lafayette in Normandy, right by the Lafayette Causeway. Nick and I have been there several times. Once when the fields were flooded and it looked pretty much exactly as it had done on D-Day when US airborne forces were deployed to fight there. And it would be a fabulous site to do a weekend of gaming focused on airborne operations around Saint-Mère-Église. I mean, these would be perfect for chain of command games with the actions at Saint-Marvieux, Chef du Pont, Hill 50, the inland drive from Utah Beach. You could really put together a fabulous day or two of gaming with all those locations linking up to form a big picture. And it's also a fabulous location for visiting the battlefields of the Cotentin Peninsula from, obviously, Utah Beach, but also all the way up to Cherbourg, down to Saint-Lô, and even down to the breakout areas there. In terms of guests, well, it would be great to make it a proper lard event, maybe 30 players. But special guests, well, I don't know. If we're doing historical characters, I suppose you could say you want Rommel and Monty, but I'm not really sure I'd want an ardent Nazi and a guy who's completely teetotal, both of whom are pretty full of themselves. I don't know, really. I think the important thing for me would not be, about celebrities. It would be about getting, a bunch of like-minded people there who were really interested in seeing the history and then gaming that. So whoever wanted to turn up, that would just be the great location, and some great gaming where we've got the scenarios all ready to go. Remember, lard is for life and not just for Christmas.